It started innocently enough, or at least it seemed that way. I was at work, wrapped up in emails and reports, when my phone buzzed. A text from Claire, my wife of 7 years. Hey, my ex Jason just called. He's in town and wants to catch up. Last minute trip tonight. Hope it's okay. I stared at the screen, reading the words over and over. My first instinct was shock. My second was anger. But instead of responding with outrage or panic, I typed back carefully. No problem. Have a good time. I pressed send, feeling the heat rise in my chest. My calm words were deliberate. I wanted her to think I trusted her. Or at least that I wasn't going to make a scene. Inside, my mind was already racing, calculating. That evening, she left with a light kiss on my cheek, smiling as if nothing were amiss. Thanks for understanding, she said. It'll be quick, I promise. I watched her go, the front door closing softly behind her. I poured myself a drink, sat on the couch and waited. Not for her to return, but for her to reveal who she truly was in the quiet of her choices. Hours passed. I didn't call. I didn't text. I didn't track her location. I simply waited, letting the silence fill the house, thick and heavy. I already suspected the truth. Claire hadn't just called her ex to catch up. There was something more, something she didn't want me to see. The next morning, my phone buzzed again. Another message from Claire. Back. Sorry it ran late. It was good to see him again. I smiled faintly, not out of happiness, but because I knew exactly what to do next. I got dressed, walked out, and started with the little things she cherished most. Her favorite coffee mug, her laptop, her bag. I left nothing out of place. When she returned home, she stepped inside, humming softly, still wearing the excitement of the night before like perfume. But the house was different. Everything was shifted subtly, items missing, accounts adjusted. Her world, the one she had taken for granted, was quietly unraveling. Claire, I asked casually, leaning against the doorway. How was your trip? Her smile faltered. It was fine, she replied cautiously, setting down her bag. Jason and I just talked, that's all. Really? I said, tilting my head. Just talked? She hesitated. Yes, nothing else. I held up a hand, stopping her. Don't bother. I know enough. Her eyes widened. Know what? I walked slowly around the living room, touching items here and there, examining the absence of things she always expected to find. I know you planned this. The late-night drinks, the hotel room, the little details you thought I wouldn't notice. And I didn't. Her voice trembled. You didn't. No, I said calmly. I watched. I waited. And now, I'm making sure you feel the impact of your choices. Not through shouting, not through rage, but through the quiet consequence of losing control over the things you love. Her hands flew to her mouth, her eyes darting around the room, realizing the subtle rearrangement, the missing items, the frozen accounts. Panic set in like wildfire. Daniel, what did you? I smiled softly, almost pityingly. Everything changes when trust is broken, Claire. You wanted a night with your ex, and I let you have it. But I also let you experience the aftermath. This isn't punishment, it's reality. Tears welled up in her eyes. I didn't think it would. I cut her off, calm and steady. That's exactly it. You didn't think. You assumed I would ignore it, that I would forgive blindly, that everything could go back to normal. But life doesn't work like that. Your choices have consequences, and this morning, everything you took for granted changed. She sank to the floor, her breakdown silent at first, then growing into sobs that filled the quiet house. I didn't approach her. I didn't comfort her. I let her feel the weight of her actions fully, letting the calmness in my demeanor cut deeper than any scream or confrontation could. Hours passed and she didn't move. She finally whispered, voice raw. Daniel, what now? I walked to the window, looking out at the city skyline. Now, I said quietly, now you decide if you want to fix what you've destroyed, or if you want to keep chasing illusions that only bring heartbreak. The night with him was your choice. How you handle the fallout is yours. Her face crumpled, her sobs quieted, and finally she looked at me, speechless, fully aware that my calm reaction had revealed the depth of my awareness and the consequences she now faced. Sometimes, the most powerful reaction isn't yelling. It isn't confrontation. It's patience. Observation. Calm that strips away illusions and leaves the guilty standing alone in the aftermath of their actions. By the end of that day, Claire understood something she hadn't before. I had seen everything. I had said nothing, and my silence, my calm response, was louder than any anger she could have provoked. Everything had changed. Collision.